Hey guys, I'm back on YouTube. I know I kind of disappeared for a while, so I'm going to explain that, but also welcome to the first day of Thriftmas. I'm going to be vlogging every day from December 12th to December 24th, and so you guys will get a video every day, and you'll just get to see what my daily reseller life is like and really what getting back into reselling is like for me. So I haven't posted on here for almost a year. And I know a lot of you noticed that and commented. Thank you for checking on me. Towards the beginning of the year, the audio on my phone broke and it wouldn't pick up my voice. And that's how I film my videos. I use my phone. So I couldn't film videos until I took my phone into the Apple store and got it working, but I never did that. And part of the reason is because I was a little bit burnt out on YouTube and just like hate going to the Apple store. And the other part is because I left to go back to South Korea in the beginning of June 2025. So I was in South Korea from June 2025 until the very beginning of December. That's when I left and came home. So I was still posting for the first half of the year on my reseller Instagram account, but then I kind of disappeared because I went to South Korea to visit some friends and continue learning Korean. But I knew I was only staying there for 6 months. Now I am back home and I have to get back into reselling. And also, I never got the audio on my phone fixed. It just started working again after months of not working. So fingers crossed, nothing goes wrong with that. So that's why I was gone. Pretty short summary, but if you're curious if I was working while I was there, I did work a little bit. My sister was home from college for the summer, so she worked for me from June through August, and then my other sister worked for me a little bit in September, and she wasn't really liking Poshmark, so I had to put it on vacation mode like September, October-ish through now. So I'm actually just getting back into making some sales on Poshmark, and of course I'm coming back when it seems like Poshmark just decided to explode. If you guys have any idea what's going on with Poshmark, feel free to leave a comment down below because it's like I'm relearning how to be a reseller almost with the way Poshmark is now. So I was lucky and I was able to make a little bit of money from reselling while I was in South Korea for a few months, but it has been off for a while. So I turned it back on like December 1st basically because that's when I was getting ready to come home. I've made a few sales here and there, but I really have to, get back to making my full-time income again because I kind of spent most of my savings in South Korea. So this will be Vlogmas, Thriftmas to get YouTube going again, to get my reselling business going again, to celebrate the holiday season. Don't know what I'm doing. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions about my absence, I don't know what your questions could be, but feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you. Today, on the first day of Thriftmas, my sister and I are heading out to Savers to do some 50% off thrifting, grab some inventory, and, start building my listings back up. I really haven't been listing much since I got home. The first few days was really just kind of, settling back into the time change for me because it's like a 14 right now with like daylight savings. I think it's like a 14-hour time difference from Seoul, South Korea to Chicago. But I don't want to chat too much in this intro, so let's just get into Savers thrifting. Okay. And we made it to Savers. So this Savers hasn't been open for too long, so I've only shopped here a couple of times. And also there aren't that many Savers actually near me. I'd say all the Savers are like a 25-minute drive away. So I've always been a Goodwill shopper, but I do know that they do 50% off Mondays, which is why I decided to check this one out since my Goodwill stores no longer have a 50% off color tag, and Savers does pretty much 50% off the entire store. But if you're a reseller, I'm sure you know that. This is the first item I found. It was a J. Crew mercantile coat, so I just threw that in my cart because it looked like a nice coat and it's plus size, and even though that's the factory line of J. Crew, J. Crew coats still tend to do well. So then I headed over to the jeans, found these Pilcrow jeans, but did decide to pass on them because they were skinny. I didn't even really do much looking at them. Then I found this pair of Halara jeans, jegging things, and I do like selling Halara, but I have to get it for under $3, I'd say. While there is a following,
it just doesn't retail for that much. So since I got these for around $3, I did throw them in my cart. Now, unfortunately, when I went to list them, I couldn't find the style and there was no size in there, which I didn't realize when I picked them up. So since I couldn't even find a style online to compare measurements to figure out the size, I did decide that I will be taking them to buy, sell, trade, and hopefully they'll purchase them. Then I found another pair of Pilcrow jeans, but these ones were a boot cut. So because I feel like boot cut and flare are doing well right now in jean styles, I did throw these in my cart to check them over. They were half off of $10.49, and I did end up getting these guys. I did find that Natural Life dress, and so I did grab it. It is more spring summer, but I think it will eventually do well. You will end up seeing everything in a haul after the Thrift With Me portion. Then I found this dress, never heard of the brand before, Toxic Envy. Looked like it could be an expensive boutique brand, so I did look it up. It was doing okay on Poshmark, but the price was a little high. I think it would have cost me like $7, $8, something around there. And this is a more springy style, so I probably would have grabbed it if we were in the right season. Oh, it was also a very small size. I left that behind because of the season that we are in right now. And then I found this new to me brand. I actually passed it and went back. I was like, this seems like it could be something. Smash and Test. This is a jumpsuit, and I didn't look up to see how it's reselling, but it did have a high retail value, so I did end up grabbing this piece. So right about this point, I got a call from my dad saying that my brother needed to be picked up from school because he was sick and his car wasn't working. So we had to head to checkout then to go grab my brother at the high school to pick up brother. We're very frustrated about it because we were finding good stuff, but I think we're gonna drop him off and go check out another location. It's crazy busy and it smells like weed. Don't know what this is, but I like it. But it's actually really lightweight, so not worth any money. Headed over to the shoe section at Savers because these days Goodwill has their shoe prices priced so high that I tend to not grab shoes unless they're at the bins. I found these Sorel shoes, but Sorels don't do awesome anymore, and these were still 23. I mean, they were 23. Why can't I talk? Half off of 23, which is a little bit much to pay for that style in my opinion. Bill and I didn't have much time at Savers. I would say we were there for about 40 minutes to an hour because she had to work and we had to drive back home. So picking up my brother from school really threw a wrench in our day. I did find these Alice and Olivia shoes. These are definitely an older style, and Alice and Olivia doesn't do too well for me, but at least they're shoes. But they were cheap, and so I did throw them in my cart to consider them, even possibly taking them to buy, sell, trade. They do tend to buy designer brands, even if they're an old style, but I did end up putting them back. I did see these Kate Spade flats, again, $25, even at the half off price is, I think, a little high to pay for those. I probably would have picked them up for like $6 and expected them to sell for about $25 to $30. So I did have to leave the Kate Spade behind. Then I found this pair of shoes. They are Archipetico, and now that I say the name out loud, I'm pretty sure I've heard of it before, but when I just read it in my head, it didn't sound familiar, but they felt like high quality comfort shoes. So I did look them up, and they did have a high retail, so I did grab them. Then I found these Taos shoes, which is a comfort wear brand I am familiar with. This isn't their best style, but at half off, I did grab them. Hopefully those will go for $28. And I did find some other pairs of shoes at the Savers and some clothing items, and we will get into the haul shortly. Kendall and I are just gonna go grab lunch real quick. Lunchtime. They have good beans. 10 minutes at Goodwill. The restaurant we went to was right next door to a Goodwill, so I did negotiate 10 minutes at this Goodwill with my sister. She had to go to the bathroom and then leave for work, which is why I only got 10 minutes, but I'm glad I did get 10 minutes because I did end up finding a few things. I did find these Jeffrey Campbell shoes, and they were a cute style, but unfortunately they were priced at $10. They could have been worth $10, but I left them behind because with 10 minutes I didn't have time to check comps, and I would rather just leave them behind and hope to find something else with my 10 minutes. I did find these Reebok shoes. I ended up grabbing them for myself because I need to replace my pair, and now we are checking out. We found stuff in 10 minutes. Time to go.
We're back and Olive's gonna help us film the video. Well, the haul. So here, this is everything I have to share with you guys, and let's just get into it. So this is my first big thrift haul since I've gotten back home, but the same Savers we went to today, we actually went to a few days ago before it was 50% off, and I found these mother jeans, so I just thought I would show you these real quick. These are the mid-rise Dazzler ankle, and I feel like I have sold these before, so if I have sold them, I'll throw their comp up right here. But if you didn't know, Mother does put the style here, and then this is the wash name, Hey Sun. So I have these photographed, but I do need to get them listed. And then actually I did pick up a daily practice dress, but unfortunately it had like a drawstring under the bust that is missing, so I'm gonna take that to Buy Sell's Trade and see if they want it first. As you guys saw, we got to Savers a little bit after opening for the 50% off day, but then we got called away to pick up my brother from school because he was sick and no one else had an available car. And so that's like, the Savers is like a 25-minute drive for us maybe, and so we didn't feel like picking him up and then going back out there, so we just wrapped up like the 40-minute shopping trip and then headed out to another Savers. And so I'll show you that Savers first. Everything was 50% off except red tags, I guess, but I didn't even look at the red tags. I had them like on a separate rack, so I just saw this while I was like walking by the coats rack and just threw it in my cart without like looking much. It is a J. Crew Mercantile coat, which is their old factory line. Let's see when this is from, because I don't think they make the Mercantile line anymore. This is holiday 2018, so it is a little bit older, but it is a wool blend coat, and J. Crew coats just do well. So for half off of $19, so under $10, I guess about 10 with tax, I did pick this up. I did not check comps, but it being a wool blend coat and in the right season, I would think over $45, $45, $55 maybe. And it is a bigger size too. It is an 18, and at first I picked it up thinking like, could this be a kid's coat? But no, it's definitely a woman's large. I did throw a lot of jeans in my cart, but I didn't end up getting a lot of them because of flaws or size or price. But I did grab these. I'm trying to button them, but I can't do it. Pilcrow Anthropology. They actually are an older style because it doesn't just say Pilcrow, it has it stitched out, but it does say Anthro. But these are the high-rise boot cut, and I feel like I've had good luck with boot cut jeans in recent years. And they also have some cute patchwork details. I didn't check comps on almost anything because of time, and also Poshmark is weird to check comps on now. Let me know if you have found out a way to check the date that something is sold on Poshmark on the app, because you can open up a browser and see like the last shared date, which is usually the date an item has sold, but on the app I have not figured out how to do it. So checking comps is not easy anymore in Poshmark. So I grabbed this Vineyard Vines blouse, which I don't love selling Vineyard Vines, but my sister said it was cute and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll get it. It was half off of $8.50, so about $4.50-ish, $4.25, $4.50 with tax. Definitely do not use Vineyard Vines stock photos if you're listing Vineyard Vines, because they have pulled listings of mine that were like 6 years old sold, and they pulled them because I had used stock photos on Vineyard Vines back then. Funny thing, when we were checking out, the woman who was ringing us up was like, oh my gosh, I donated this shirt, and we're like, haha, no way. And she's like, oh, there's another really cute one over there that I didn't donate, but we have like the same style, LOL. And it was another Pilcrow Anthropology shirt, well, not shirt, Pilcrow Anthropology. It's a size small and it's half off of $8, so $4, which is sad because $4 is like used to just be full price paying for a blouse while thrifting. But this is cute. I'm assuming it's not worth a ton, but just a little embroidered peasant blouse, so much more of a spring summer piece. I actually saw these while I was thrifting at the Savers a few days ago, and they were still there. They are Halara jeans. Here is the Halara logo, and I didn't know, but they actually have a logo on the butt pocket now, probably not for everything, but at least for these jeans. So that would be more recent than the ones I sold a few years ago, because I used to sell a lot of Halara because I got it in wholesale. So I wouldn't pay much for Halara items, but they do sell. So these jeans, they are a wide leg style, maybe a flare. And they were half off of $6.50. Everything was half off, but so these were, you know, $3.25. And I think I could probably get like $18 to $20 for these. So I'm not looking at big profits, but they usually move pretty quickly for me. I think this was actually my favorite find from the first Goodwill or Savers. And I actually found this one. My dad called me and was like, we need to get your brother. It is this, I didn't realize how much it cost. It is this Posh Peanut robe, and Posh Peanut makes like bamboo. Yeah, this goes from bamboo, generally kids pajamas, but they do make a few women's pieces, and this is a women's robe. I'm assuming it was like a mommy and me, so you could buy the baby clothes to match your baby. However, only got this half off of $9. I don't know comps, but like the little kids pieces, like the one pieces, can sell for about $20. So hopefully this is 20 to 30, somewhere in that range. I actually did find a decent amount in like the 40 minutes we were there, so I wish I had more time. I did find this Natural Life dress. This is a very spring summer piece, but I'm not going to leave Natural Life behind. Well, it's a hot selling brand. It was $14, but I would pay $7 on a normal thrift day. This is probably, it's a maxi dress. It is an extra small, but it's a cute maxi dress. Don't know if it will sell in winter, but it is probably like a $30 sale, $35 if I'm lucky. I honestly don't know how Can jeans are doing anymore, but these are very crisp. They don't seem like they've been worn, and they're a very nice flare style. So I am definitely looking for flare style in any brand jean, but that, like, you know, elevates a lower tier brand jean for me, like American Eagle, Can, if it's a flare leg. So these were half off of $6.50. Don't know comps on these. I hope about 25. Okay, so this is another one. This is kind of like the very tippy top of what I'd pay for these. Half off of $8. American Eagle. These are the kick boot jeans, and these are a 12 short. And I have sold kick boot in all sizes, and they usually sell fast, like a few weeks to maybe a month. I think these are actually older. Gosh, I am not good at going fast. These are 2019, so older, but still a style that people look for, again, because they're like a boot flare leg. So hopefully these will be a $20 sale. So really not a great profit, but hopefully a quick sale. My sister found this Faraday blouse, and she actually found another one that was in worse condition, and that one was priced at like $14.99. But this one was $7.99 half off. So I did grab this Faraday blouse. I feel like Faraday is not doing as well as it used to. No surprise there. I feel like, you know, that's always all brands. Maybe $25. These are summer 2019, so these might not have been my best pickup. Half off of $10.50. These Madewell jeans, they are the Cali Demi boot, and they're a size 24. So this was because I just had to sort my cart really quickly so we could leave. I was like, okay, I'll get these. They seem like in decent condition, and this style used to do well. So hopefully there's still a market for it. Really can't tell you comps. I would hope for how much I paid, I can get 25 to 30, probably like 25. Because they're a small size and an old style. Then I grabbed these Judy Blue. I did find a decent amount of Judy Blue, but put back most of them due to price, because I just don't know how they do these days. So again, another half off of $10.50 pair. They are 31, right? Yeah, $13.31, and they're the relaxed fit. Now, if I had like all flare leg or boot cut Judy Blue, then I probably would have grabbed them. But just being like a relaxed fit jean, I didn't want to buy them all without checking comps and knowing how they do. And did I miss something? Oh, thank God, it's just a thread. Okay, this is an expensive brand. I actually don't know how to say it. I just call it Bash, but it's B-A and symbol S-H, and size 1. I think it's a European brand made in Portugal. Half off of $7.50. I got a more spring summery blouse, but because this probably retailed for close to 100, definitely 80 to 100, it's kind of wrinkly. I did grab this piece. I don't know what this is, but again, I didn't really have time to look stuff up, so I was like, if worse comes to worse, I can take it to buy, sell, trade. But it's 100% silk. My sister found it, and there's only tag on the interior. It says wear in good health. I don't know, can you see that? It's like focusing on my face. Oh well. So made in USA. I'm imported natural hand loomed wild silk. I'm assuming it's something good. Is there an RN number? There's not an RN number, but all the style number, I don't know. I think this is something good, but it was half off again of $7.50. It's a sheer silk top. So I'll throw up any information on the screen if I find anything with like retail. Seems to be in good shape. Okay, I think this is the last piece from that Savers, from the first one we stopped at, is this. I had never heard of this brand before, Smash plus Tess, and I went past it because it didn't look very good, like cheap, but I don't know, something made me go back to it, so I did, and it retails for like $130, so hopefully there's a market for it, because again I didn't check comps on Posh. This is real life vlog. This is what happens when you have two people who work from home, so I have to pause and get back to the haul when call's over. So while I'm waiting for this call to be done so I can film the haul for you, okay, so we haven't talked about this. My computer screen is messed up. I do have to buy a new computer, unfortunately. That's later, we'll talk about it later. I'm watching Nikki Buys because apparently Poshmark is doing something stupid again, and I'm inventorying all the stuff I just hauled for you guys, getting a cost of goods. This is my total. I paid $78.68 divided by 15 items is my average cost of goods if you feel like doing that. And we got a Sleepy Olive over here. Okay, so I did just look up this silk shirt, wear in good health. It does look like it would have retailed for a lot, but doesn't look like it's a current brand. It doesn't really sell on Poshmark. So what I'm going to do with this piece is take it to buy, sell, trade, because my buy, sell, trade stores do look at fabric content, and they will price this high because it's 100% silk if they choose to buy it. And if they don't, then I'll just sell it myself. Okay, we're back, and we still have enough lighting to film this haul, so let's go. Okay. I was talking about this. I was saying like I had never heard of this brand before. I think it says Smash plus Tess, but their pieces retailed for around $130. So for a jumpsuit, I did pick it up. Not sure if there's a following. Again, didn't do good comps on Poshmark today, so all experimental. Half off of $12. So that is everything we picked up from the first store. Now we're going to go through the second Savers, which was not the plan to go there today. But you know, picked up some okay stuff there. Again, everything is half off. I'll just show you. I did grab these two pieces for myself. This is just a Uniqlo sweatshirt. This is just kind of what I live in the winter, and I like that this has a mock neck. And it was half off of $6.49.
Chad, 1 second.
Also grabbed this for myself. I like the airy graphic hoodies. I didn't even look at the graphic. It says Total Optimist, which I am not. I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist. I'm just a realist, but not a total optimist. However, the thing is, whenever I pick up a lot of these hoodies at the bins and thrift stores for myself because I live in them throughout the winter and I stain them. Like, this is my Free People sweater. Well, that's actually not a stain, but I was making pita last night, pita chips. Look at that nice oil spot right there. So I always grab these if I like them.
I don't know, it never seems to work out right. Right. Okay, cool.
There's some other shit we'd like to change about.
So is this non-punctuated sentence? Eat something. I'm gonna eat something.
I grabbed this hoodie. I don't usually go through the hoodie, sweatshirt, athletic section, but that's just kind of where I ended up today. But I found this new Tags Urban Outfitters sweatshirt. The reason I looked at it is because it felt like heavy and good quality. It says Change. I don't know anything about this brand. I should look up to see if it's worth selling, but I mean, it only retailed for $78 at Urban, so I'm just thinking I'm gonna take it to buy, sell, trade. It has this graphic on the back because I don't have much luck selling Urban stuff myself, but I feel like buy, sell, trade would grab this, and we'll see. I think I'm gonna take it to buy, sell, trade. These three things I also found in the hoodie section. This is TNA Aritzia. Honestly, I don't have much luck with Aritzia brands, but I still picked them up for some reason. Half off of $10. I wouldn't pay much more than $5 for this, but it's just like a green cropped waffle knit hoodie. I should probably take this to buy, sell, trade too, but should I? I kind of want to sell it. I don't know. This I think is like a lag and look brand that I have at least picked up before. Is it Alley Miles? And this one was half off of $6. I really wouldn't pay more than like $4 for this. There was another piece they had priced at $10, but again, not looking to really pay much for this brand. I think this could maybe go for $25, but the thing is they make a lot of art to wear pieces, and this is a pretty basic piece. So I don't know how this will do since this isn't really what the brand is known for, but it does still have these mother of pearl buttons. And this I have actually sold before. This is a collection. The brand is Midnight Rider. I have no idea what else they make, but they did this collection with Anthropology that is these Zodiac sweatshirts, and the one I sold was Taurus, an extra small new with tags, sold for $44. So this one is used and it needs a sweater shave, just a little bit of pillies in the armpit, but used, I mean, and it's also a medium, so a little bit much better size actually. I don't know, maybe this is a $30 one since it's used and not new with tags. I'll have to check comps. I'm assuming like certain zodiac signs do better than others. I probably wouldn't have grabbed this, but my sister handed it to me and she's like, I think it's cute, so I bought it. It is Current Elliott, but this is an old Current Elliott tag. Half off with $4. It is a button front flannel dress, and this is definitely an older style. I feel like Current Elliott used to do a lot of flannel stuff. It is in really good condition. It doesn't really feel like it's been worn, so maybe this could go for $25. Two more clothing pieces from this store, and then I did end up picking up a lot of shoes at this store. This is Ever Eve. Ever Eve doesn't like sell for a lot for me, but I will pick it up when I can get it cheap, and I got this one under $3, and it is just a green and white turtleneck with a little puff sleeve detail, so I figured this is good for the season. And this last piece, they do price their free people up, but actually pricing is so inconsistent at Savers, but they didn't know this was free people. FP Beach is free people. It's their beachwear line. This was $5, so again, got it for under $3. And this piece is kind of interesting. It's like cropped angled front, and then you can see the back is shorter, so this probably isn't a high dollar piece, but I will say if you find a more substantial free people beach piece like a cardigan or a knit dress or something, certain pieces are sought after. It can definitely go for like $40+. And let's see some shoes. I had never heard of this brand before, but I looked it up and they retail for like $150 to $200. Made in Portugal, Arco Petico. I feel like I've heard someone talk about that before. Arco Petico, half off $11.80. And they're in good shape. So I really don't know comps on these, but I mean, I pick up comfort shoes that retail for around $200 for sure. I actually found a lot of new to me brands that are high retailing, probably artsy slash comfort wear. This one, what is that? B-U-E-N-O. Buno? No clue. Let me know if you know how to pronounce that. These again retailed pretty high. I think you saw in the thrift with me portion, like maybe $150, $200, and they're like definitely good quality leather. If you're wondering, like, I can't really explain how I know to look up shoes.
You know, this definitely feels like good quality leather, but I've been reselling for over 10 years now. So if I come across something that feels high quality and I don't know the brand, I look it up because it usually pays off. So don't know comps on these. They were half off of $9.79. I would hope like $40 at least. Another new to me brand that I just did a Google search on. A lot of times these type of brands that I've just showed you, the three, I'll find these in the bins, and that is where I learn about these brands. Because I don't do a lot of shoes from thrift stores anymore because they're just priced high. The bins, I can get them so cheap, but for some reason I feel like I found this brand in the bins before because this logo looks familiar to me. It is called I think it's El Naturalista. They're made in Spain. Sorry, the footbed, the print is pretty worn out. But definitely more summery style, but I'm not gonna leave like another $200 retail pair of shoes behind when I can get them for, how much did I get? Half off of $7 something. So I don't know comes, hopefully 35. The rest of the brands I am familiar with, these are Taos, at least that's how I say it, Taos. They have a certain style of sandal that does really well. It's like a crisscrossy cork footbed sandal, but they're kind of like another artsy comfort wear shoe brand. I wouldn't pay more than the half off price of this, at least for this style, because this isn't one of their more well-known styles. But these are actually a wide fit, 9.5 wide, so hopefully that is a little more niche category someone's looking for. So I've actually never sold Hey Dudes before. I don't think they're as popular as they were a couple years ago, but when I find them at the bins, they're always stained, thrashed, not worth picking up. So I did grab these for half off. Like, that's kind of high to me to pay for these because I don't think they're as popular as they were. Also, we're not in the season for it. Like, I'm looking at just like a few feet of snow in front of me right now in the Chicagoland area. So this is just more an experimental pair to see how the brand does for me. I only picked these up because they were cheap. I do like selling Sam Edelman, and I do think this is a classic style, just like a leather white, why can't I think, white leather point toe flat, but they do have like a little bit of scuffing on the toes, and they are like a little bit dirty. Luckily, I think all the dirt will clean up quickly with a magic eraser, and then they'll just be scuffing on the toes. They were half off of $5.50, so not too expensive, maybe like $20 on these guys. Then I was a little surprised to find these fry clogs. I feel like these are a good style right now. These were basically $15, but got half off, and they're just a leather clog. Now normally I would put leather conditioner on these, except I feel like they're supposed to have a weathered look. Like this toe, obviously I'm a little more weathered than was probably sold, but it's not shiny leather. It's kind of like worn in leather. So I'll see if I can find stock photos, but I'm like kind of close. But I'm thinking that I'm just gonna sell these as is without leather conditioner. That's the Fry logo. When I first saw them, I was like, what is this? Because it looked good, and I was like, I think it says Fry, so I looked for the logo. I was on the fence about these because of condition, but I think, again, I can clean them up and make them mostly look good. They are Free People chunky, what are these called? Lug sole loafers. Of course, half off. I would not have paid full price for these unless they were in like great condition, especially without checking comps. But I think, again, magic eraser, which I will be gentle actually on these. I might actually just use dish soap because I have a feeling a magic eraser will take off this leather color. But they're in good condition other than just the scuffing, but I think someone will still be willing to give me like 28 to 34 with the condition on these. That is everything from the second Savers. Now my hair's looking a little silly. Just have the last Goodwill we ran into, which is only a few items. We were literally in there for 10 minutes because my sister had to go to work and she didn't want to go in there, so I just negotiated 10 minutes. I actually found these for myself, these Reeboks. I bought a pair of these new, like back before COVID, I think 2019. and they're my favorite shoes, and I wore them so much that like I have a hole in them right here. It's not terrible, but I was planning to replace them. So I was lucky to find these. However, they are a half size too big for me, so I'm hoping like they still work. They were $7. Unfortunately, our Goodwills don't do any sales or anything anymore. I kind of grabbed these on a whim. I looked at them, they were on a new rack, and I looked at them because they look like the Lululemon Dance Studio pants, and actually they are, wait, I just saw the logo. Oh, there it is. They are Aviva, which I don't think they make anymore, but it was the Lululemon's girls line. And the reason I grabbed these is because they're bigger size, they're 14, and because they're like basically the dance studio pant. I figured there would be a following for these, even in the kids size. So these did come in today, and they were only $3, which is why I got them. I don't think I would have paid more than $3, especially not knowing comps. Pretty much everything came off a new rack, because again, I only had 10 minutes. This is Babaton, again in a Aritzia brand, which these don't do too well for me. This was an extra small as well. They had it priced at $5.99. Yep, came in today. The reason I grabbed it is because it is a nice basic color, and it is merino wool. So because we're in the right season for wool sweaters, I did grab this. This was on the dress rack, but it actually also came in today. So this had already been put away before I got to the store. This is Sundance, which I don't sell a lot of. It doesn't sell great for me. This is actually also a petite extra small. I didn't even look at the size, but it's a crocheted dress, so I thought it might do okay. Not quite the right season. This would have been a good like transition fall piece, but I guess spring will be upon us soon. $6.99. And the last piece I got, probably the most exciting piece, I found on the new rack, this Escada cashmere piece. Made in Italy, cashmere. It is an extra small, and they had it priced at $5.99, which I'm a little surprised, because even if they don't know the brand, they usually price cashmere at least $10. But this, I just did a quick look, and to me the tag looks authentic. I will do more research, but right off the bat, this thing, I don't know if that's like brand, like the overhead brand of designer things, but expensive designer things have this on the interior tag. Of course, not all, just probably whatever company owns them. It was made in Italy, and I'm just looking to see if it has actually the style number on here, which is nice. Color off-white, like it looks pretty authentic. I was just looking to see if there's fabric content. 100% cashmere. So, I mean, this definitely retailed for over $1,000. Now, the resale value is not going to be near that at all, but maybe $50 if I'm lucky. I mean, again, we are in the right season. I mean, it looks pretty like new. It does not look like an old Escada piece, which is nice. Like the sleeves are a little bit wider. Yeah, this is a nice piece. I'm very surprised I found this, and I don't think there are any flaws. I think anything you may be seeing on here is just like fuzzies. I looked for holes and didn't see any. I wonder if someone accidentally donated this, and actually I just noticed the back has a little bedazzled logo. Escada is definitely a designer brand. I'm trying to see if it's a brand logo or if it's like, I feel like it has to be brand, not someone's name. Yeah, it's an E. 2 E's. Well, so this was probably the best find of the day. If not the thing that will sell for the most, it's definitely the thing that retailed for the most. So that's the whole haul. I am losing daylight, so I cannot photograph any of the clothing. However, I could photograph the shoes because I do photograph those with lights at night. But I don't actually know my plan for the rest of the night. I do have to get listing. I am actually gonna finish inventorying this stuff and jump in the shower because I'm feeling gross. Out of the shower, and I am using my, maybe I should show you like this, Oat So Simple Crave moisturizer. I've been using this brand for years, and I just got this in Korea. It's Beauty of Joseon, and then it is their Reviving Eye Serum.
and this brand is popular. It's a popular Korean brand amongst foreigners. I don't think Korean people actually really use it though. And this is my new Purusha People top. I feel like I got this, I ordered it in like September or October. They did a, maybe it was even November. They did like a fall drop and it is sold out. But this pomegranate on this green color, they actually have a shirt I really want right now. I'll pop it up right here. But you know, a little low on funds after traveling, so I decided to not grab that one. Here is, oh, won't focus, Beauty of Joe Sun Cream. Oh, am I a beauty YouTuber now? Just kidding. But it doesn't have a smell. If it does, it does, but it's not fragrancy. It's like faint, natural, probably ginseng, because this is ginseng and retinol revive eye serum. Oh my gosh, my hands are so dry. I need to throw something on there. Olive's sleeping. Can't see her. So it is actually 6:05 right now and I'm getting kind of hungry, so I think I'm gonna list an item or two and then eat some dinner. I'm actually texting my sister Kendall right now and it sounds like we're gonna go to Evanston tomorrow to sell a few things, hopefully find some inventory. So that will be in tomorrow's Thriftmas vlog. A couple things I wanted to say. First, today has actually been my biggest sales day since I got back from Korea, which is surprising because there's really no reason for it. I did share my closet today, but as we know, like, sharing doesn't matter anymore in Poshmark. Literally, I'm coming home to start Poshmark again at the worst time ever. I don't know what's happening. Let me know down below if you know anything that's happening. So they say sharing doesn't matter now, but I did share some of my closet today. Made a few sales, I think 4 or 5 sales, which is the most I've made in one day since I've been back. So I'm going to ship tomorrow, so I will share that with you. Oh, but if I'm going to Evanston tomorrow, well, I have to ship tomorrow, because the other thing that is actually very annoying to me, I've heard from a few resellers that now with Poshmark changing things, ship time is going to be more important. And I shipped items on Saturday, and I sold a purse after I shipped items on did I ship Saturday? Doesn't matter. Shipped items Friday, sold a purse Saturday. Today got a reminder to ship notification, which I'm like, it's Monday. Yes, normally I should ship Monday, but I got busy, so I didn't ship today. I was like, whatever, I'll ship tomorrow. It doesn't matter. The soonest sale I had was like Saturday. Or the oldest sale I had was Saturday. So that's actually very annoying to me that it's been 2 days and Poshmark's like, you're late, ship your item. Like, fuck off, Poshmark. So yeah, gotta ship tomorrow because Poshmark's on my case about my sale. And so tomorrow I'll share with you guys what I'm shipping out, like i.e. what's been selling for me recently, as I'm slowly getting back into making sales after being gone for 6 months. But let me get to listing and then I'll grab some dinner, probably my leftover Mexican food. Alrighty, just listed 2 items, took a little bit longer than I want, and I'm pretty hungry, so I'm gonna eat dinner now. But I did get this little kid's coat listed from like the brand Tartan de Chocolat, which is a crazy expensive kids brand. This retailed for like almost $400 is my estimate. And then I also listed these mother jeans, and these are the ones I picked up the other day at Savers. I think I paid like $13 for them. But actually, because the dress I picked up with them was flawed, I put my cost of goods in the dress, from the dress in with the jeans, so they actually cost me like $22, which is annoying, but my fault for missing a flaw. Now, I got a package delivered, so I'm gonna eat dinner, and then we can open my Purusha People package, which is the shirt brand. Dinner is leftover lunch chimichanga and an avocado that was ripe, and I have to eat. So we're gonna watch some YouTube and then get back to work. I forgot, oh, you can't really see me, but I have to get Olive's food ready for tomorrow. So Olive eats a raw food diet, comes in a box like this, 20 pounds of meat patties for Olive. They're frozen.
what I do. Oh no. Nuts. So, actually that's good though, because a lot of times they come frozen together. You kind of have to break them apart. Put them in containers, and then I'll put like 3 in the fridge at a time so they can thaw, so she doesn't eat frozen patties. One day I would love to upgrade our broken plastic takeout containers to like some nice glass dishes. That's not in the budget right now. You guys don't actually know this. Before I left for Korea, a few months before, I wasn't filming YouTube videos at the time. I'll see, some of them are frozen together, like a big block. These are all frozen together. So I gotta break those apart. But anyway, Olive was diagnosed with elbow dysplasia. Do you want to say hi while I talk about you? Come here. Oh, this is Olive. You know Olive. Olive was, thank you. Olive was diagnosed, yeah, that's your food, with elbow dysplasia and arthritis. And she's only 4 years old. So she's on medicine now. We've tried some different things, and this, yeah, that's yours. And what works? We found something that works for her, and she's not limping anymore, but I don't think it's actually medicine she should be on for the rest of her life because it can cause liver damage. So I should actually probably call the vet tomorrow and schedule a checkup because she needs more pills. But I say that because Olive used to only get 1 meal a day, which was breakfast. She knows that word, so she's looking at me. But now, because she needs to take this half a pill twice a day, she gets breakfast and then second breakfast. Yeah. So we'll give her second breakfast right now. And I'm actually so stuffed from eating dinner that I'm not going to try on my new clothes tonight from Black Friday. I'm going to try those on tomorrow because I'm not feeling cute. Oh my gosh, can't get this on. Actually, these containers that I use for her food, dang it, why can't I get this as I'm saying this? These IKEA containers are actually pretty good. I would buy more of these. I just don't ever go to IKEA, and I don't even know if they make them anymore. But I have 2 of these, and these are good for her food. These ones just break, so I don't love them. But let's give Olive second breakfast. So she eats a pound of patties a day, which on her food brand is, yeah, that's yours. You can see her ears. Stop. I'll sit. 2 patties. Stop, Olive. 2 patties a day. So she gets 3/4 in the morning and 1/4 at night. Okay, let's feed Olive second breakfast. Yeah, you're going crazy. Second breakfast? Can you sit? Good girl. Yep, there's Olive's second breakfast. She just gobbles that down. It's gone. And she has no problem taking pills because she's a food monster, so that's lucky for me. Just ran out to get the mail. This is my Black Friday Perusha People haul. Unfortunately, it was delivered, ripped, but hopefully everything's still in there. Oh, it looks like they got new packaging since the last time I ordered, but we're gonna open that tomorrow. This I actually remember, I forgot I ordered. I needed some new thank you stickers, so Olive wants to go outside, but my dad's gonna pull in the driveway soon, and I don't want her to get run over. Oh, they're smaller than I thought. I had to get new thank you stickers. Grab these on Amazon. They come out to like a penny a piece. I thought these were cute, but they are a little bit smaller than I thought. And I tend to like to do like gender neutral things because I do sell maybe like 8% of my sales are men's things. But are these even, these aren't really wanting to focus. It's just focusing on my face. Stop focusing. This is what happens when you just film on an iPhone. If I get closer, whatever. They're just little thank you stickers with hearts. They're fine. I've liked other ones I've gotten in the past better. They are actually really small, which would just be my fault. For Olive, I have to go out with you so Dad doesn't run you over. My fault for not reading the measurement. I probably will grab another roll of stickers though that are more gender neutral. And this is not relevant to anything at all. These just all came in the mail to my dad's address, except they're all Avient Health bills for different people, which is kind of amusing. So these, I'm not going to show any addresses, are literally all Avient Health mail to different people with my dad's address. So I don't know what's going on there. It's 8:37 now, but feels like 10:11 to me. Also, I'm getting a runny nose pretty consistently, so my nose is getting a little bit red. Since I'm getting so tired and I do have to wake up early tomorrow, I'm gonna list these 2 items that I have photographed from before I left for Korea. So they're both a little bit summery. An adult Hannah Anderson crab print pajama top, probably only like a $5 profit for me, but I have it. Some NY DJ plus size capris. So these probably aren't gonna sell now, but I have them to list, and I don't have the stuff I got today photographed. So I'm gonna list these guys and then maybe head to bed. Did we finish working? We finished working. So I listed 3 items, the 2 I told you about, and then I listed this pair of Margaret O'Leary pants, high retail brand. Unfortunately, Resell's not awesome on that brand, but still had them listed them. I kind of listed some springy stuff because I had photographed these items before I left for Korea and just never got the chance to get them posted, so my bad. But I was going through some other pictures and I do have some Christmassy items that I do want to get listed. So I need to have like a listing party day where I just sit down and list 20 items. Let's see, what did I do? I listed 5 items today? Yes. 5 new items, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I listed 5 new items today and did 1 relist. I'm kind of being careful with relists because of Poshmark being stupid. I feel like Poshmark just sucks these days, but what else am I going to do for money? So, I mean, eBay, but don't want to. It is 9:48 now. I am wrapping up Thriftmas Day 1. Thank you guys for watching. Thriftmas Day 2 will be tomorrow, going to Crossroads and maybe Goodwill. Now, Thriftmas is hopefully not going to be about thrifting every single day. It's also going to be about listing and making money, but that is the plan for tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. Wednesday can be about, wait, did I say thrifting? No, listing, right? Wednesday will be about listing and making money. And also I need to do an inventory audit, which is gonna suck. So this concludes Thriftmas Day. I already said that. I'm tired. Thank you for watching Thriftmas Day 1. I hope I see you guys tomorrow for Thriftmas Day 2. And sorry if I accidentally call it Vlogmas, because, you know, that's what I'm used to. Alrighty guys, see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye!